So today's topic is on ulnar nerve. It is also known as musician's nerve because it is controlling all the fine movements of the hand. And you see, these are the cases which we are going to discuss. Only two cases, one case we will see initially, and later after studying the whole ulnar nerve will come back. So 32-year-old carpenter sustained fracture dislocation of medial epicondyle, and after 2 weeks he complains of weakness in his hand. On examination, the hypothenar eminence is flattened. As soon as you see this keyword, this is indicating towards the ulnar nerve. The patient is unable to abduct or adduct the fingers because all the interossei are completely supplied by ulnar nerve, and those interossei control abduction and adduction. The ring and little fingers are clawed. Sensation is absent over palmar and dorsal aspect of medial 1/3 of the hand, and the Frommert sign is positive. So this is ulnar nerve, and we will solve this later. The second question is same, but here the C mode of injury is different. The deep cut over the medial side of the right wrist. Here you see the area of damage of ulnar nerve is wrist, because at wrist region it is quite superficial and it can be cut. So all the questions you will see are almost similar, and the symptoms and signs are same. The flattening of the hypothenar eminence, profound clawing of the ring and little finger. So this profound term was not there. The clawing was there at elbow when medial epicondyle was fractured, but here at the level of wrist when ulnar nerve has been damaged, you see the profound clawing. This is ulnar paradox. We'll discuss it. And inability to abduct and adduct the fingers, same. Loss of sensation, palmar and dorsal aspect of the medial 1/3 of the hand, and Frommert sign is positive. So if like hand से related जितनी भी चीज़ें आ रही हैं, hypothenar eminence आ गया, fingers का adduction abduction नहीं है, clawing आ गई, clawing median nerve में भी है, but that is a different thing क्योंकि ये पूरा सिर्फ little और ring finger की clawing है. तो all these points are indicating towards the ulnar nerve. I hope you will be able to solve this. And this is a different kind of mode of injury, and here you see a person is falling from a tree, and while trying to catch a branch, his upper limb is suddenly pulled upward, like there is hyperabduction. And on examination we see the claw of hand was found, and all other similar features were seen, like finger abduction and adduction was lost. So here you see the ulnar nerve is paralyzed, the ulnar nerve is injured, and all the muscles supplied by ulnar nerve are here being affected, because बहुत higher level पर यहाँ पर ulnar nerve में या C8 T1, that is your lower trunk injury is there. This is clump case paralysis. And name any 4 muscles which are paralyzed in this patient. The palmar interossei and dorsal interossei, adductor pollicis, medial 2/3 lumbricals, and hypothenar muscles. And anatomical basis of claw hand, you can read it, and I'll explain it in later part of this class. Now here you see this is the ulnar nerve, which is coming from the medial cord of the brachial plexus, and this is C8 T1, and this is the root value of ulnar nerve. C7 is also included, and these C7 fibers are exclusively going to supply the flexor carpi ulnaris part. Here you see the roots and the trunks lying in neck, the divisions behind clavicle, the cords coming in axilla, and in lower part of axilla you see this medial cord has given origin to this ulnar nerve. So this is your ulnar nerve. Now how it goes to hand, it has to reach to hand. So in axilla it is lying medial to axillary artery. So here it was axillary artery, and this ulnar nerve is lying medial to it. In arm you see it is lying medial to brachial artery, and it pierces medial intermuscular septum at mid-humerus region where coracobrachialis is being inserted. Now after piercing the medial intermuscular septum, it will reach in posterior compartment of the arm. Then it is lying behind medial epicondyle of humerus. So ulnar nerve, you see it is nerve of fine movements, or musician's nerve, and here you see the ulnar nerve behind medial epicondyle of humerus is termed as funny bone, because when medial part of the elbow hits hard surface, tingling sensation occurs along the ulnar side of the arm and hand. So here you see the ulnar nerve being termed as funny bone. Now to enter like in forearm, it will be crossing the elbow area and will be passing between the two heads of the flexor carpi ulnaris. ये दो heads हैं flexor carpi ulnaris के, और ये flexor carpi ulnaris के दोनों heads के बीच से पास करते हुए फोरआर्म में आ गई है. तो यहाँ पर जब हम मीडियल एपिकॉन्डाइल के पीछे से पास कर रही थी, तो यहाँ पर ये एक टनल में पास कर रही होती है, दैट इज़ नोन एज क्यूबाइटल टनल. बेसिकली व्हाट हैपेंस, मीडियल एपिकॉन्डाइल से olecranon process तक, this is your medial epicondyle and this is olecranon process of ulna. So this thick sheath डिफेशिया की शीथ है, जिसकी वजह से ये एक टनल बन जाती है, जिस टनल के अंदर से यहाँ पर पास कर रही होती है. जब वो मीडियल एपिकॉन्डाइल के पीछे होती है तो इस टनल के अंदर से पास कर रही होती है, और काफ़ी चांसेस होते हैं कि इस जगह पे ये इंट्रैप हो जाए. तो जब एल्बो पर हम अल्नर नर्व की इंजरी पढ़ेंगे, सो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द पॉइंट्स. It can be entrapped within the cubital tunnel formed between the medial epicondyle and olecranon process. Now, when it is passing between the two heads of flexor carpi ulnaris, it can also get trapped because दो heads के बीच से पास करे, इसलिए ये trap हो सकती है. यहाँ पर भी elbow injury में हम दूसरा point ये देखेंगे. Now it is giving branches to flexor carpi ulnaris, elbow joint passing straight forward, and it is medial to ulnar artery in forearm, and giving branch to the medial half of the flexor digitorum profundus, which is going to flex distal interphalangeal joints of medial side. Here there are four they are supply four fingers, medial fingers. So यहाँ पर दो को supply करिए, medial most two fingers. Now it will pass downward and it is passing underneath flexor carpi ulnaris, and in lower part of the forearm it comes superficial. It becomes superficial to flexor carpi ulnaris and it is lying lateral to it. Here you see, and here it gives two branches. This is dorsal cutaneous branch, and which is going to supply skin of medial side of dorsum of hand and medial 1.5 finger. You can see this is the dorsum 1.5 and palmar aspect पे भी ये supply कर रही है. Okay, and there is one more cutaneous branch at this level. This is palmar cutaneous branch, which is going to supply the skin over the hypothenar eminence, and now it crosses above the flexor retinaculum. So here you see when it is crossing flexor retinaculum, see this is flexor retinaculum, okay, and this is ulnar now, which is coming here. So like there is one volar carpet ligament which is covering it and forming the ulnar tunnel. So here this is your ulnar tunnel in which this ulnar nerve is passing. Now within this tunnel there is one pisohamate ligament between pisiform and hamate bone, and the deep branch of ulnar nerve will be passing through this pisohamate canal, or the other name is Guyon's canal. So this Guyon canal, in this Guyon canal area, this nerve can be compressed. So the ulnar tunnel is bigger part of deep fascia, and this pisohamate part through which the deeper branch of ulnar nerve is passing is basically where this Guyon canal is being formed. So this is important for PGs, not much important for undergraduates, but here you see this is the area where this nerve can be compressed in Guyon canal at the level of wrist. After passing above flexor retinaculum and beneath the volar carpal ligament and beneath the Guyon's canal, it is now dividing into two branches, the superficial branch and the deep branch. The superficial branch is giving branches to the subcutaneous muscle present over the hypothenar eminence, and that is palmaris brevis, and also giving branches to palmar aspect of medial 1.5 finger. So these two fingers, medial 1.5 finger, is being supplied by this palmar this branch, like this palmar aspect of medial, this is superficial branch which is supplying palmar aspect of medial 1.5 fingers. Now this deep branch which was passing underneath the Guyon's canal, within the Guyon's canal, is coming to supply the wrist joint, the flexor digitorum minimi, abductor digiti minimi, and opponens digiti minimi. So these are the muscles of hypothenar eminence, and now it will be going to give branches to interossei, because all the interossei is supplied by ulnar nerve. So these are the palmar interossei, the third palmar interossei, the fourth palmar interossei, like 3 palmar interossei and 4, like both are 4 palmar interossei and 4 dorsal interossei are being supplied by the ulnar nerve, and 2 medial lumbricals will be supplied by ulnar nerve, and lateral 2 lumbricals will be supplied by median nerve. And this is flexor pollicis brevis, you see, was supplied by both the nerves, the deeper part by ulnar nerve, the superficial part by median nerve. And this is adductor pollicis, though it is lying in the area of thenar eminence, deep in thenar eminence, but not forming the eminence. So this adductor pollicis is mainly responsible for adduction of thumb. So this adductor pollicis muscle is being supplied by ulnar nerve. So flexor digiti minimi, abductor digiti minimi, opponens digiti minimi, palmar interossei, dorsal interossei, and adductor pollicis are being supplied by ulnar nerve. So if you want to make a sentence like the deep branch of ulnar nerve is purely motor and supplies all the intrinsic muscles of the hand except muscles of thenar eminence and first 2 lumbricals, you see. So this is your cubital tunnel. You can see this is olecranon process, this is medial epicondyle, दोनों के बीच में ये टनल बन जाती है, तो एल्बो एरिया में यहाँ पर इसमें इंजरी हो सकती है in cubital tunnel. And here you can see this is your ulnar tunnel, and within the ulnar tunnel will be the Guyon's canal. So ulnar tunnel से तो ulnar nerve और artery pass कर रहे हैं, और Guyon's canal से the deep branch of ulnar nerve pass कर रही है. So what are the intrinsic muscles of the hand? In short, in 1 minute we'll see the thenar muscles. The thenar eminence में जो muscles हैं वो है above pollicis brevis, यानी abductor pollicis brevis, opponens pollicis and flexor pollicis brevis. So there are 3 muscles. Now adductors of thumb. Adductor pollicis is single muscle in depth of thenar eminence, and there are above digiti minimi in hypothenar eminence. What is above? Abductor digiti minimi, opponens digiti minimi, flexor digiti minimi, including palmaris brevis. It is subcutaneous muscle in the hypothenar area. It should not be included in hypothenar muscles, but few books include it. So lumbricals are worm-like muscles, and there are total 4 lumbricals, and they give insertion to the interossei. The interossei and the lumbricals are inserted over dorsal digital expansion. So they have very specific action together. And interossei, that is palmar interossei and the dorsal interossei, they are total 8 in number. And palmar interossei is responsible for adduction of fingers, dorsal for abduction, so pad and dab action. So here you see there are 20 muscles in hand, but we are concerned about hypothenar muscles because we are studying ulnar nerve. We are concerned about 2 lumbricals, medial 2 lumbricals, and all interossei because these are all supplied by ulnar nerve. So if you just remember this sentence, you are going to know the nerve supply of hand. All intrinsic muscles of hand supplied by deep branch of ulnar nerve except muscles of thenar eminence and first true lumbricals. तो यहाँ पर adductor pollicis भी included है ulnar nerve से supply में, जो कि है thenar eminence के depth में. Now here you see these are the muscles of the hypothenar eminence. This is your palmaris brevis, which is cutaneous, subcutaneous muscle, and this is flexor digiti minimi, the lateral most is opponens digiti minimi, and middle में है flexor digiti minimi, and the medial most is abductor digiti minimi. Here you see the dorsal interossei. They are all attaching to each and every finger, but in palmar interossei you will see the third finger is left without any muscle because palmar interossei adduction करा रहे हैं, and you see this is the axis of adduction and abduction. So axis passes through middle finger. तो मिडिल फिंगर का सिर्फ अबडक्शन ही हो सकता है, अडक्शन कैसे होगा? ये तो खुद ही इसका एक्सेस पास कर रही है यहाँ से, इसलिए यहाँ पर अडक्टर्स यानी कि palmar interossei अटैच नहीं होते थर्ड फिंगर पे. सो नॉट गोइंग मच इनटू डिटेल ऑफ दिस. Yes, here we go. You get to see the lumbricals. So these are the lumbricals. This is first lumbrical, second lumbrical, जो कि median nerve से supplied है. These are unipinnate muscle. The bipinnate muscles are third and fourth, जो कि हमारे ulnar nerve से supplied है. Now how they act? You see this is the area of finger. This is the metacarpal. So this is metacarpophalangeal joint. Here it is lying. So the lumbricals and interossei together, what do? They flex the metacarpophalangeal joint and extend the interphalangeal joints. Now you see like this. This is metacarpophalangeal joint which is flexed. Interphalangeal joints are extended. So this is action of lumbricals and interossei together. So you see these interossei and lumbricals are inserting over dorsal digital expansion. That is why this specific action is produced. Now here you see, if you want to test the dorsal interossei, so DAB is dorsal interossei is doing abduction. So this is your middle finger से जो भी दूर जा रहा है, that is abduction. So you will put resistance against this abduction movement. Then you can test. अगर abduction बंदा कर नहीं पा रहा है against resistance, so you will think about ulnar nerve injury. Now this is your adductor pollicis test, because adductor pollicis is supplied by ulnar nerve, and here you see adductor pollicis, मतलब adduction action of pollicis is being done by this muscle. So what will you do? You will put a thin book or a paper between index and thumb. Now you will try to ask patient to hold it firmly, and you will try to pull it back. If the patient's thumb is straight and adducted completely, so that it has gripped this paper and you are not able to pull it back, so this is from a test negative. And how this will be positive, you will see this is your index finger, this is your thumb. Now your thumb is not adducted, it is flexed. You see, it is flexed, and because of flexion the person is holding this card. So who is flexing this interphalangeal joint here? This is basically flexor pollicis longus, which was supplied by median nerve. Median nerve को तो कुछ हुआ नहीं है, तो ulnar nerve paralyzed है, इसलिए median nerve ने flexion करा करके इस कार्ड को होल्ड कर लिया. So now you will see this is Fromm's test positive. If thumb flexes to hold the card between index and thumb, then this is your Fromm's test positive, means ulnar nerve injury is there. Now here this is card test. To test the palmar interossei, you put a thin card between the fingers and you try to pull. The patient will adduct his or her fingers firmly so that the card is not pulled back. So this is the test for palmar interossei. Now the last part of this topic is injuries. So you see, most of the times the injury happens on the elbow or wrist joint. So elbow पर किस तरह से हो सकती है? We have seen the fracture of medial epicondyle and dislocation. Posteriorly अगर medial epicondyle fracture होने के बाद dislocate हो जाए तो पीछे से ulnar nerve pass कर रही है, तो यहाँ पर इंजरी हो सकती है. क्यूबाइटल टनल वी हैव सीन, वहाँ पर ही कंप्रेस हो सकती है, या फ्लेक्सर कार्पा अल्नारिस के दोनों हेड्स के बीच में. रिस्ट पर अल्नर नर्व बहुत सुपरफिशियल होती है, जो दूसरे केस में थी जो कट गई थी. दिस इज हैपनिंग एंड कंप्रेशन एट गुयन्स कैनाल वी हैव सीन एंड डिस्कस. तो व्हाट विल हैपन? You see, this is quite confusing in this. Here we can see very easily the medial epicondyle has been fractured. Now the ulnar nerve has been injured at this area. कौन कौन सी मसल्स जाने वाली? फ्लेक्सर कार्पा अल्नारिस को कोई सप्लाई नहीं मिलने वाली. फ्लेक्सर डिजिटोरम प्रोफेंडस के मीडियल 2 फिंगर्स के लिए जो सप्लाई थी वो भी चली जाएगी. ऑल द हैंड मसल्स विल बी पैरालाइज्ड. सो व्हाट डू यू expect? This is the claw hand. Why this claw hand is happening? Because you see there is distal, one second, yeah, you can see this is metacarpophalangeal joint. lumbricals क्या करा रहे थे? इसको extend flexion करा रहे थे और interphalangeal joints पर extension करा रहे थे. उसका उल्टा एक्शन होगा. metacarpophalangeal joints पर flexion हो रहा है और proximal और distal interphalangeal joints पर flexion हो जा रहा है. ठीक है, यहाँ एक्सटेंशन हो गया, लम्ब्राइकल्स पैरालाइज्ड हो गए हैं और यहाँ पर फ्लेक्शन हो गया. तो क्लॉइंग ऑफ मीडियल 2 फिंगर्स, दिस इज अल्नर क्लॉ हैंड. देयर इज लॉस ऑफ सेंसेशन ओवर डॉर्सल एस्पेक्ट 1.5 एंड 1.5 ऑन पामर एस्पेक्ट. यहाँ की स्किन के सेंसेशन लॉस हो जाएंगे. Fromm's test will be positive, you will see, because adductor pollicis is also gone. So the patient will not be able to hold the thin book between the thumb and index finger, and it will be easily pulled back. So the flexor digitorum, so flexor pollicis longus, which is supplied by median nerve, will be helping to hold the card. So this is from a test positive. Now if the injury happens at this level, at the level of wrist, बाय कट, सुपरफिशियल कट भी हो जाएगा, तो यहाँ पर क्योंकि ये नर्व बहुत ज़्यादा सुपरफिशियली है तो ईजिली डैमेज हो जाती है, देन व्हाट विल हैपन. अच्छा, इस वाली इंजरी में सारे हैंड का तो मसल्स चले ही गए हैं, सो वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट सेपरेटली, सब हम बात कर चुके हैं. यहाँ पर फ्लेक्सर रेटिकुलम या रिस्ट वाले एरिया में इसकी इंजरी हो जाती है, देन ऑल द थिंग्स आर सेम. यू सी ओनली 2 मसल्स हैव बीन स्पेयर्ड. एक तो फ्लेक्सर कार्पाई अल्नरिस हैज़ बीन स्पेयर्ड एंड फ्लेक्सर डिजिटोरम प्रोफंडस का मीडियल हाफ हैज़ बीन स्पेयर्ड. सो व्हाट विल हैपन, यहाँ पर भी क्लॉइंग होगी, यहाँ पर भी क्लॉ हो रहा है, बट मोर क्लॉइंग ऑफ हैंड. तो डिस्टल इंटरफेरेंजियल जॉइंट बहुत ज़्यादा फ्लेक्स्ड होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि फ्लेक्सर डिजिटोरम प्रोफंडस इज स्टिल वर्किंग, बिकॉज इसकी सप्लाई तो ऊपर से आई थी और इंजरी यहाँ पर हुई है. तो फ्लेक्सर डिजिटोरम प्रोफंडस के फाइबर्स काम कर रहे हैं अभी भी, इसलिए जो डिस्टल इंटरफेरेंजियल जॉइंट की क्लॉइंग थी वो बहुत प्रोफाउंड हो जाएगी, बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगी. तो दिस इज़ नोन एज अल्नर पैराडॉक्स. बेसिकली हम हमेशा ये पढ़ते हैं कि जितना ऊपर इंजरी होगी नर्व में उतना ज़्यादा लॉस होना चाहिए. तो यहाँ पर हम सोच रहे थे कि अगर ऊपर इंजरी होगी तो क्लॉइंग बहुत ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए, बट हमने देखा रिस्ट पर जब इंजरी हुई तो क्लॉइंग बहुत ज़्यादा हो रही है. रिस्ट और एल्बो पर जब हुई थी क्लॉइंग हो रही है बट उतनी ज़्यादा नहीं हो रही है. तो डिस्टल इंटरफेरेंजियल जॉइंट पर जो एक्स्ट्रा फ्लेक्शन हो रहा है, that is because of presence of action of flexor digitorum profundus, and this is known as ulnar paradox. Okay, so this is ulnar paradox, and rest all the things are same, and I think yeah we should go back to our first question. Yeah, so now are you able to, like, you read this question and you can answer this. Which nerve is injured? Ulnar nerve. Explain the anatomical basis of clawing of hand. So you all know कि किस तरह से lumbricals का action reverse हो जाता है. And why Fromet test is positive in this patient? Because adductor pollicis is being supplied by ulnar nerve and the patient will not be able to hold the card hold the book between the thumb and index finger. And positive means the flexor pollicis longus is acting to hold the card, which is supplied by median nerve. That's mean ulnar nerve is damaged. Enumerate the muscles supplied by injured nerve. So ulnar nerve से बहुत सारी muscles हैं जो आप जानते हो, Antrochae and all the hypothenar muscles and everything. So here you see the deep cut on the medial side of the wrist. So wrist पर यहाँ injury है और that's why I have written this profound clawing of ring and a little finger. So this is ulnar paradox. So I have explained it, and here these are the anatomical bases. Please go through this. From a test we have seen, and this is your clump case paralysis. And thank you for watching. Read these questions on your own and try to solve. Thank you for watching.